Hi, everybody. This is Karen, and in terms of what I think about how online learning impacts education, I think it impacts education in many ways, but I'm going to talk about three ways in which I think it definitely does impact education. It impacts education as a challenge, as a commitment, and as acceptance of diversity. First of all, as a challenge, it represents a challenge because we are exposed to so much information all the time. We're so overly communicated with other people through resources, through websites, through social media, that I think we reach a point where we think that the more I learn, the less I know. So I think that's a very positive thing. I've seen, at least in my kids, and I think in this generation, that people develop more humility and a willingness to learn from other people. So we share more, we listen more, I certainly hope. We have to become more adaptable because of place and time. Today I'm in my office and I don't have a great internet connection, so we'll see how this works out. And more and more questions are coming out. So we have to learn to be autonomous. We have to help students be autonomous, know how to research, know how to find answers to questions. So I think education has become more challenging in that sense because of online learning. Um, Another thing that I thought of was that in language learning, there's this theory from Stephen Krashen called comprehensible input. So for people to learn languages, we're supposed to deliver comprehensible input to our students. So it's the theory of I input plus one. So we always have to be a little bit more complex uh, in regards to where the student is currently. And I think that that happens in online learning. We're constantly being faced with challenges and things we do not know. And so we have this urgency to find out the answers to these questions. Um, just looking at some of your videos, I feel a little bit like I have a lot of work to do. I have to learn some more tools so I can have a shinier presentation, and I think that have the text and images that support uh, what I'm thinking if I want it to be a more didactic and more useful presentation for you and other people. So I think it's a challenge on the one hand, and it's pushing us to grow constantly because there's always something that we don't know. And when we encounter um, others and the other, we're saying, oh, this person did it this way. This is really interesting. I need to know how to do that. So there's a lot of interaction and collaboration that comes along with that. In terms of commitment, I think as education professionals, we need to design learning experiences very intentionally. We can't be wasting people's time because we are all very busy. We have to become more professional. So this is both a challenge and a commitment. We have to be on top of things, and we have to be very willing to learn other attitudes and skills, other ways of delivering information, other ways of receiving information in different channels, I think, and that's been a huge impact of online education. We can no longer just be like, okay, let's turn to page 32, that kind of thing. Things have changed a lot, and they've changed for the better. And the last point that I thought of was diversity, that we now can interact with literally anyone, which has it makes me think of the idea of the world as flat. So there isn't such this strict hierarchy because people have, um, I don't know, PhDs or they're experts in the field. Rather that now you have access to asking questions and to getting information. It can be a double-edged sword um, because, well, of safety issues. But I think it's also the greater benefit from that is that it's very enriching in terms of learning. It also, diversity gives us an opportunity to become more accepting and tolerant of others. I think we've seen this through different political movements, through just the way social media, especially, and the dissemination of information has made us look at things very differently. And I think it has made us more compassionate. This diversity is also requiring us as teachers and learners uh, to sort of, what is it? To sift the chaff from the, no, I've got that wrong. But anyway, to separate the chaff from the staff or the grain or something like that. I can't remember that right now. So we have to be critical thinkers because there is just such a plethora of voices that we have to learn to distinguish what is going on in online learning environments. So that's what I think about that. So I have to do better for my next video.